Alright, so today we are going to replace the shock and coilover suspension. Alright, so now I got the tire off. Basically what we got to do now is knock this pin out down here. I'm going to loosen this up, pull it all the way out. Once we do that, we're going to take this pin off here, and then we're going to unscrew this bolt, and this whole thing should drop a little bit, and then we can pull that out. Alright, so let's take the bottom bolt off. Alright, so we got the bolt off there, and we got to knock this pin completely out, and then that'll be out of there. Alright, so it's hard to see, but now that we got that pin out, we're good to go. Now you have to take, there's a little pin up here that's actually in between these bolts. You gotta bend them straight and pull it out. I loosened mine up already a little bit, so now I just gotta take this bolt off. Once you get the bolt off the bottom of this, if you tap the bottom of this with a hammer, just very lightly, it should pop right up, lift back up, and then this will drop out of the way. And then basically I bolt it from the top and pull it out. Alright. It helps if you have another person, because they can push down on this and you can slide it out. Alright, next we're going to remove these bolts on the top, and that will actually completely remove the strut pretty much from the car. Alright, so we got the strut out. Everything's just kind of there. We have no suspension. It's basically right here. So the next thing is we got to take the top hat off, because I'm going to reuse that, and we need this piece right here. So we need to take that off, and then we'll be ready to start the reassembly process. So usually take this bolt out, stick a screwdriver here and kind of turn a little bit. It should pop right out, and then the top, you just take the top bolt off, slide it off. When you're working with regular springs though, I definitely recommend you have the right tools for this, because you can get really hurt like with the regular stock springs when you're trying to compress them and take them off. Alright, so once you install your top hat, the base, get your bump stop in place, everything's put together, what you want to do now is reinstall it onto the car. So we're just going to do everything that we just did in reverse order. Alright, so the easiest way to get the coilover back in is to lower it as low as it can go, and you can worry about raising it back up to get the rod height correct later. And then basically push down here, slide it over this, it'll slide right into place, right down there. And so now we just got to put everything back in, bolt it together. So we're gonna bolt the top back up first, and don't tighten it all the way down, but just enough where it'll hold everything in place, and then we'll tighten all the bolts after we're done. The secret to getting the bottom pin we took out first back in is using a jack. So just put it up under there, make sure you straighten out this bar, kind of keep it level, and jack it up a little bit and line up the holes. Hammer this bolt back into place. If it won't go back in, just tap it in, and then basically put the bolt on the other side. Tighten it, but not all the way, because we still need to attach the other side here. Good to go. Now we got to get the top back in, and you're going to do the same thing with the jack up under here. You're just going to basically jack it up. You're going to see it rise up a little bit closer. As soon as it gets close enough where you can slide it over just here and pull this down, the bolt through, you're good to go. So once we have that bolt back in place, we're going to line it up so we can put the pin back in. Slide the pin through, and then bend the ends over, one that way, one that way, so it'll hold the bolt in place, and we're done. That's it. I just got to fix the rod height, and that's the easy part. It's just time consuming. Alright, and that car is finished. So we assembled everything, basically kept raising and lowering it a little bit till we got the rod height correct on both sides. And the easiest way to double check that, if you're doing it out here, there's a couple different ways. One way is if you can find a place where it is really level, the cement is really level, get yourself one of these small little levels and just drop it on the cement, and you can see right now that's way off. So the cement out here is not level at all, but there's always another way. So if you're going to do it by leveling it with the cement, basically from your little washer things, you're just gonna measure it up and stick it there. So find you one that's one of these that basically is a magnet. You're gonna stick it to it and basically raise and lower each side until it's even, and then by double checking this, which is why I did it, is you're going to measure basically from bottom of your wheel hub. You can do it from the lip if you want to the top, but I measure from here because it's going to be a little bit more even. And sorry, just going to stick it on the edge of your hub, hold it up, and get your measurement. You're going to do that on both sides until it's completely even. And that's what we did, and now it's leveled out. Right? Take it easy. Peace.